Along Florball Odyssey, Freddie from Stockholm IBK, Wings in Sweden is still gripping the stick in Southern California, by Andreas Wallman in a Bandy Magazine, 2nd edition by Freddie. Florball Arena, January 2025, San Jose, California. The heat inside the San Jose arena mingles with the scent of competition and freshly scrubbed plastic flooring as a determined veteran suddenly glides into the slot in front of the net. A crafty pass from the team's wingman Oliver Oftedal slices through the defense, and there's Freddie, locked and loaded. With a lightning quick flick of the wrist, he rockets the ball straight into the roof of the net. The crowd's, well, at least his teammates' cheers drown out the referee's whistle. Southern California Floorball Club is moving on in the annual Golden Gate Cup. Photo 1, Freddie front and center with the goalie. This wasn't a one-off for Freddie on the floorball court. Teammates, past and present, all testified to his uncanny knack for showing up in the right place at the right time, channeling his inner Pippo Inzaghi when it matters most. Photo 2, Freddie today in California, sporting his Stockholm Wings IBK tracksuit jacket from 1987. But Freddie's story begins in Stockholm in the mid-1980s, when he helped establish floorball in Sweden. Let's take a trip back to Bosön, Gubbängshallen, and the other floorball meccas where it all started. EFU Arena, Uppsala, November 2024. It's halftime during the match between Storvreta and visiting Nykvarn. A group of veterans are reminiscing about the early days of floorball in the 80s. Back then they were rivals on the court, representing teams like Stockholm's Wings, IBK, Haninge, Lockerud, and more. Tall tales are swapped and names are tossed around. Isa, Wasberg, Janavara, Silin, Fogelberg, Mate, Makan, Fast, Kokocha, Choman, and Freddie. Yes, Freddie. The group lingers on the topic of Freddie. He put in a Herculean effort for Stockholm's Wings, IBK in the late 80s and early 90s. Maybe even burned himself out. He was everywhere. In the practice hall and on the answering machine, leaving messages about match reports, practices, etc. Someone recalls that Freddie moved to the USA, and out of nowhere, a middle-aged Swiss guy in a Waldkirch St. Gallen cap steps up and says he's been emailing with a Fredde in Los Angeles who, sure enough, played floorball in Stockholm in the 80s. Strange roads lead to new connections. Back in the day. Oh yeah, I was there, Freddie recalls. I'd played just about every sport, tennis, soccer, ice hockey. He started to play floorball more seriously at a church, Emmanuel Church in Stockholm, across the street from where he used to live. Fredde was eventually invited to play in a Korpen League, a 4-on-4 tournament with small goals. Another team, Stockholm's Wings, was playing against Fredde's team. A big bearded guy came over, introduced himself after the match, and asked if Freddie wanted to play with them on a full-size court with a real goalie and 5 against 5. It wasn't a hard sell. Stockholm's Wings had, besides the best name, a great organization to build on. Sven Vosberg, that's the bearded guy, said they wanted to be a team that climbed the leagues, and that's exactly what happened. Photo 3, Sven Vosberg in action. When the team manager retired, Freddie took on more responsibility and the team changed its name to Stockholm in BK a few years later. Under Freddie's leadership, the club grew to include a women's team, a B team, and a junior program, racking up tournament successes both nationally and internationally, including the historic first Swedish-Finnish club tournament on Åland in 1987. Photo 4, all the Stockholm IBK teams together. Everyone got along on and off the court. Maybe it was the inclusive lifestyle Freddie grew up with, or maybe it just happened, but the men's team grew closer and closer. As the wins piled up, so did their confidence, and they had a shine that attracted players from other teams. It didn't hurt either that they had many social events and some parties. We were young, and sometimes the parties got wild, but we always took care of each other and kept our focus on floorball. When we added a women's team, I became the coach, Freddie says. At first we got outrun and outplayed, but by the end of the season, we were among the strongest teams. We were used to training hard with the men's team. We never had the luxury of a coach who really knew the sport and could lift us beyond what we could do ourselves. But we started a pay-it-forward tradition. Players became leaders. Photo 5. Party at Ingaro. The crayfish parties out on Ingaro were legendary and sometimes ended with a dip in the pool, clothes and all, if you weren't careful. It sounds wilder than it was, but 30 or 40 young adults, crayfish, schnapps, and the warm evening sun. We sang, we played, we danced, and we had a blast together. We made friendships for life, and for that matter, a few couples got married too, Freddie sums up. Fun anecdotes. When I ask Freddie to dig up some stories not everyone knows, he remembers designing the club's logo, tracksuit, and uniforms. He even wrote the club's signature song, We Are the Wings, together with a close musical friend who was a professional artist, a real treasure from that era. Recordings on the team answering machine, which Freddie managed as team leader. Remember, this was long before cell phones. He'd record messages about upcoming games, practices, dues, and more. Players would call in and get the same info. Some of those recordings are real gems. Not everything always went as planned. None of them had reliable new cars. So on the way to a tournament, they got a flat tire in the middle of the night. How we managed to smile and laugh in the photo, I'll never know. It was not funny at the time, Freddie remembers. Photo 6. Flat tire along the E4 on the way to Varberg, 4 a.m. Floorball as a lifestyle, the end of an era. After years of intense commitment, 6 days a week of training, coaching, and organizational work, Freddie started feeling burned out around 1990 to 91. Others had to take over, he says. After a brief stint with Balrog, he played with Järfälla Pärsi BK with one last big tournament win at the Siljan Games in January 1993. What started as a summer stay in the USA in 1990 and a lucky green card lottery win eventually led to a new life in America. While still playing for Järfälla in 1993, Freddie got an offer to play college tennis in Santa Barbara. That was the turning point, and tennis became the main focus. Rancho Niguel Tennis Academy has been run by Freddie since the 90s. He's a USTPA certified head coach with a team of professional assistants. Tennis is my job, Freddie says. I'm out in the California sun teaching kids and adults real fundamentals. Photo 7. Freddie hitting a forehand volley at the Rancho Niguel Tennis Academy. A little retrospective. In 1985, there were 165 floorball clubs in Sweden. 5 years later, that number topped 1,000. In the same period, the number of players soared from 2,500 to 25,000. That's what you call growth. Freddie reflects on his two main sports, floorball and tennis. The Swedish tennis miracle faded just as floorball exploded. Freddie believes young people were drawn to the team aspect of floorball, which also required ball skills. It's easy to follow his reasoning. And we all remember how Mats Wilander, Joachim Nyström, and the tennis stars challenged the national floorball team in 1985 and 1987. A hero returns. After a 17-year hiatus, Freddie rediscovered floorball in 2020 through a Facebook connection. Since then, he's played with Southern California Floorball on outdoor and indoor courts in the Los Angeles and San Diego areas. The sport is still growing despite infrastructure challenges. He dreams of helping floorball develop in the USA the way it did in Sweden, all while remembering the Stockholm IBK era as a golden age of camaraderie and competitive joy. Factbox: Stockholm's Wings, IBK. From an article in Sala Allehanda, 1982. We met the team with the coolest name ever, Stockholm's Wings. The Detroit Red Wings are a legendary American hockey team based in Detroit, Michigan, and have been in the NHL since 1926. You can distance yourself from Russian politics and still appreciate Russian and Soviet hockey. Krylia Sovetov Moscow, Wings of the Soviet Wings, was a hockey team representing the Russian aviation industry. Maybe not as famous as CSKA Moscow or Dynamo Moscow. Factbox: membership card. Matt Söderlund's membership card, but who was number 001? And who was 007?